Imagine a world where cultures, goods, and ideas transcended borders, connecting the East to the West and forging a global network of trade and exchange. This is the story of the Silk Road, an ancient marvel that shaped the course of history. Welcome to our journey along the Silk Road. Our story begins over 2,000 years ago, in ancient China during the Han Dynasty. Emperor Wu's vision and ambition were instrumental in the creation of the Silk Road. He dispatched envoys westward, laying the foundation for this historic network. Under Emperor Wu's leadership, emissaries like Zhang Qian made initial contact with the peoples of Central Asia and beyond. These early missions planted the seeds of cross-cultural exchange. China's motivation was to acquire valuable goods, information, and technology from the West. In return, they offered silk, a prized commodity in distant lands, sparking the growth of extensive trade networks. These early connections paved the way for the Silk Road to evolve into a sprawling network of trade routes that bridged East and West, connecting China to the Mediterranean, India, and even parts of Africa. The Silk Road's birth was a momentous step in human history, fostering global trade and cultural exchange. Silk, the namesake of the Silk Road, was the most renowned export from the East. This luxurious fabric was highly sought after in the West, where it was regarded as a symbol of wealth and prestige. The secret of silk production was closely guarded by Chinese artisans, making it a valuable and coveted trade good. The Silk Road served as the vital conduit that brought Chinese silk to the Mediterranean and beyond. It wasn't just a simple exchange of goods, but a cultural bridge where East met West. This trade in silk was a driving force behind the expansion and significance of the Silk Road, helping to establish the enduring legacy of this ancient network of trade routes. On the western end of the Silk Road, a diverse array of goods flowed eastward, enriching the exchange along the route. The Middle East and Central Asia, known as the crossroads of civilizations, were abundant sources of spices like cinnamon and pepper. Precious gems, including lapis lazuli and rubies, were highly sought after as well. This trade in spices and gems not only bolstered the economies of the regions, but also brought new flavors and adornments to the East. The introduction of these exotic spices and precious stones into Chinese and other Eastern cultures had a profound impact, diversifying tastes and enriching the lives of those along the Silk Road. The Silk Road was more than a pathway for goods. It was a corridor of cultural exchange where the East and West intertwined, bringing their distinct treasures and traditions into a shared global heritage. The Silk Road was not solely a trade route for physical goods. It was a conduit for the exchange of ideas, religions, and philosophies that transcended borders and connected diverse cultures. It served as a channel for the transmission of knowledge and beliefs, fostering a rich tapestry of cultural exchange. Religions like Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, and Zoroastrianism journeyed across continents, finding new adherents and leaving a lasting mark on the regions they touched. Philosophical ideas, scientific knowledge, and artistic techniques also flowed freely along these routes. This cultural exchange was a profound meeting of minds, where people of different backgrounds and beliefs interacted, learned from each other, and shaped their worldviews. The Silk Road thus played a pivotal role in spreading not just commodities, but also the intangible yet powerful elements of culture and belief. It left an indelible imprint on the societies it connected, leading to a more interconnected and enriched world. Along the Silk Road, vibrant cities emerged as bustling hubs of commerce and culture, serving as pivotal waypoints for travelers, traders, and adventurers. These cities were the beating heart of this ancient trade network, offering respite, goods, and a melting pot of cultures. Cities like Samarkand, Kashgar, and Dunhuang flourished as crossroads of civilizations. They were places where East and West met, where languages, cuisines, and traditions blended. Marketplaces, known as bazaars, brimmed with exotic wares, from spices and textiles to jewelry and art. The caravanserais and oases that dotted the Silk Road were essential for weary travelers and traders, providing shelter, sustenance, and a chance to connect with others on similar journeys. These cities and way stations created a vibrant tapestry of human interaction and cultural fusion, underscoring the Silk Road's significance in history as a conduit for both commerce and cultural exchange. The Silk Road was not without its challenges and perils. Traders and travelers on this ancient network of routes encountered a myriad of obstacles as they journeyed across vast and diverse terrains. Yet, their resilience and determination allowed them to overcome these hurdles. Some of the challenges they faced included arduous desert crossings, treacherous mountain ranges, and the harsh climates of different regions. Navigating these varied landscapes demanded not only physical endurance, but also the development of survival techniques and strategies that have withstood the test of time. To mitigate the risks, traders often formed alliances and cooperatives for mutual protection, pooling resources and knowledge. These efforts not only ensured their safety, but also promoted cultural exchange as they interacted with different peoples and societies during their travels. The perils of the Silk Road were numerous, but the spirit of adventure, coupled with the promise of profitable trade and cultural exploration, inspired generations of travelers to brave the challenges and continue their journeys along this remarkable ancient trade network. The decline of the Silk Road was a gradual process, largely catalyzed by the emergence of maritime trade routes. As seafaring technology and navigational knowledge advanced, sea routes became more efficient and lucrative, drawing trade away from the overland Silk Road. Prominent among these changes was the journey of the Venetian explorer, Marco Polo, whose travels to China along these new maritime routes, particularly the Silk Route, captured the imagination of many in the West. His accounts of the East served to stimulate interest in the overland routes of the Silk Road. Despite the decline in the use of traditional Silk Road paths, the spirit of this ancient network endured. In recent times, there has been a resurgence of interest in reviving these historic trade routes. Various nations and organizations have embarked on ambitious projects to rebuild and reestablish connectivity along the Silk Road. This contemporary revival of the Silk Road serves not only as a historical tribute, but as a means to foster economic and cultural cooperation among nations. The legacy of the Silk Road stands as a testament to the enduring quest for knowledge and connection, reminding us that the past can continue to shape our interconnected world in meaningful ways. The legacy of the Silk Road is far-reaching and profound, leaving an indelible mark on the modern world. This ancient network of trade routes laid the foundation for the globalization and interconnected world we live in today. The Silk Road was not merely a conduit for goods. It was a bridge of cultural exchange that fostered mutual understanding and respect between the East and West. It brought together diverse peoples, religions, and philosophies, shaping societies and worldviews on both ends of the route. As we reflect on the Silk Road's legacy, we recognize that it exemplifies the power of human resilience and the enduring quest for knowledge and connection. It reminds us that when different worlds meet, beautiful things happen, and it continues to inspire collaboration and cooperation among nations to this day. The Silk Road is a testament to the enduring bonds that weave the fabric of our shared human history.